So everyone, welcome to today's call. My name is Mike Thomas. You probably know me as Mike from Maine. I'm here along with my partner, Brett Ruchecki. Today we're going to be talking, and as it says here, seven-figure marketer finally reveals the exact software he uses to drive unheard of email open rates, clicks, and profits without ever paying monthly fees for email services. And everything we're going to be talking about today is fully up to date for 2018, updated, more powerful than ever before, never before seen before. So this workshop is for you. If you are sick and tired of leaving your business in someone else's hands and you want full control of that business. Also, if you don't want to have to pay monthly for something that you can get for one-time payment. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Like, why are we going to pay a monthly payment for something if we can just pay one time for it? It's just silly. And if you're sick and tired of being lied to by the so-called gurus out there who regurgitate myths about things that they've never even tried before themselves, today we're going to be sharing some of those myths with you and blow you away just at how untrue they are. I think that a lot of you, your eyes are going to be just like so wide open after this. You're not even going to believe it. So first off, before we get started, just do me a quick little favor. We're not going to be on this call for super long today. I know you've got things to do. It's Sunday. I know it's Sunday morning for some of you, Sunday evening for others, and you're going to want to be off doing other things. I know that. So we're going to try to keep this call as short as possible. If you can just be with me fully for the next 30 to 45 minutes, it's going to be 100% worth it for you. And I'm going to make it even better. I'm going to make it even better for you here. If you stay right until the end, what we're going to do is we're going to be giving away a software to one lucky person at the end of this call. But you need to be here live on the call to be able to qualify this. And please pay attention, as I'm going to be asking a question. And it's going to be something that I mention on the call today. Now, it might be something that's visual, it might be something you see on the screen, it might be something that I say, so just be paying attention. So, for example, I could ask, what was the color of the ribbon on the box? That could have been your answer to qualify for that one free software. So let's get into this. I'm really excited. Let's do this. So before we get into this, for those of you out there who might not be familiar with who Brett and I are, and I know there are some of you on here that have been following this forever. I saw a lot of familiar names, but I know there are some of you that perhaps don't know who we are yet. So really quick here. That's Brett on the left-hand side there, and that's me on the right hand here. So we are each top affiliates on the GBC network. We've even received multiple awards for that. We each make, and this is actually a conservative number here, we each make anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 per month using the power of email marketing. And these numbers here are actually, they can go higher. I wanted to be kind of, I wanted to keep them kind of low so we weren't throwing too big numbers at you here, but just so you know that these are numbers that we easily are hitting every single month. But we weren't always this successful. I actually spent years and about $20,000 trying out product after product, trying to be successful. And I even lost my entire income in 2012 when Google changed their search engine. So it was really one of the worst days of my life, where you can actually see here in this graph, where it was actually, my business was actually taken away in just one day. It was really horrible. Brett made his living working in a casket factory, and he actually lived in a crappy one-bedroom apartment above a bar. And these pictures right here, I stole them from Brett's blog. And you can actually see that that's his apartment right there. That used to be his living room window. And that's the casket factory that he used to work at. But actually, this whole story isn't necessarily about us. It's about not necessarily a life story here, but it's more about our story with email marketing. I want to tell you a quick little story about Brett and his experience with this. When Brett got started with email marketing, he had no email list, just like everyone else out there. I know there were a lot of people on this call. Some of you said you had some people on your list, and a lot of people said that they had zero, and that's fine. When he got started, he had no email list and he had no money, so he used something really cheap, and he used a service called Mailchimp. And this right here was something he was able to start with. He didn't have to pay money for it. And as he went on with it, he was able to build his list up. And then, of course, he started paying monthly fees for it. But then it wasn't long before he got an email from them saying this. It said, your account has been suspended. And Brett, what were you doing? What were you doing wrong in that case? If you want to pop in here.
I don't know what I was doing wrong. I'll actually show you a screenshot. I just logged into my Weber account, or I'm sorry, not my Weber account, my MailChimp account. They sent me that message. They put a big screen. It said Omnivore has detected, weird stuff, and we've canceled your account. That was the really interesting thing. It wasn't them. It wasn't a human. Somebody didn't look at my account. Some automated software that they have that runs in the background just decided to shut me down. So I sent him a message. I sent it within like 12 minutes. I'm like, hey guys, what's going on here? I'm not doing anything wrong. Look, my spam complaints are low. My opens are good. People are clicking my links. What's the problem here? Well, that was 2014. I still didn't get a response. So I think it's safe to say that they just blew me off.
And unfortunately, he had zero control over his business because it was in the hands of someone else. And unfortunately, if you're an online marketer and you can't send emails, you're out of business. So after Brett got his account canceled on MailChimp, he fortunately was able, he had a backup of it, and he was able to move it over to Aweber. However, unfortunately, that was too good to be true, as when he transferred over his list, he lost about 30% of his emails when he imported them. And Aweber did that because they have a thing in their system where they've got so many people, because it's a big third-party autoresponder. They've got all these other people in there, and they filter out all these emails. And these people are actually people that were customers of Brett's. They were people that wanted to receive his emails. They wanted to receive updates, and now he couldn't mail them. And this means that he lost 30% of his business overnight. But that being said, things were okay with Aweber. He didn't have any red flags. His business was growing. People were opening his emails, and he was making money again. And again, everything was going great until one morning he woke up and this happened. Emails were bouncing all over the place, and it's as if everything had changed overnight. His open rates it decreased. His click rates decreased. So of course, what did he do? Well, in that situation, you're going to go up there and you're going to ask Aweber, and he asked him what he was doing wrong. And I want to ask you guys, what do you think? What do you think he was doing wrong with Aweber? I'm just interested to see what you guys think. Like, what was the problem here? Michael says they still bounce. Derek says he was sending emails. Nothing, John says. Mailing too often, Derek says. Interesting. Nothing. Shared IP. Interesting, John. Too many emails for the account he was paying for. Interesting. Using words like free and make money, says Yvette. Nothing. Too many emails. Let's see here. Let's see. The links, maybe they said he was spamming, says someone. Other emailers, the problem. Interesting, Glenn. Growing the list too fast, spam complaints. Okay, interesting. Here's what Aweber. Were you going to say something, Brad? I thought I heard you come in.
Yeah, no, I was going to tell them what they told me, but go ahead.
Well, I know what they told you, and this was Aweber's response. Nothing. They said you didn't do anything wrong. A spammer on the system caused a decrease in deliverability system-wide, and they said that we will get it fixed. So what was that like, Brett?
No,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because they were honest. When I saw those bounce rates going up, I wasn't getting spam complaints. I wasn't getting spam complaints at all. They actually monitor that, and they if you get too many spam complaints, they could possibly cancel your account. I wasn't mailing spammy emails. Generally, I just mail product reviews and stuff, and doesn't even have affiliate links or anything, just links to my blog. So I wasn't doing anything like morally wrong, and people like reading my reviews, so they were generally clicking them. So when I started getting those huge bounces, like I said, I messaged Aweber and said, okay, I must be doing something. Tell me what it is. Okay, please help me out, guys. And they were honest. I'll give them credit. They were totally honest. They said, nothing. You're not doing anything wrong. You see, Aweber has multiple IP addresses that they mail from, but they also have thousands of users. That means there's thousands of people mailing from the same IP addresses. When somebody comes in and starts spamming, starts sending Forex offers, starts sending porn site offers, starts sending spam emails and things that people don't want to get, well, Aweber shuts them down for sure. But before that could all happen, their reputation gets hurt a little bit. That IP's reputation gets hurt just a bit. And because of that, everybody else suffers until they can get that person gone, till they can contact the black hat sites or the spam monitors and say, okay, we got rid of them. You can see everything's okay now. Put our reputation back up, put our rating back up. Until that happens, everybody suffers. And then when they finally get it fixed, eventually, inevitably, somebody else will come in, somebody bad, because they are a public system with thousands and thousands of users, and the cycle happens over and over again. And that was actually what was happening to me. Sometimes my email deliverability was good, sometimes it was bad. I actually called them multiple times, and they told me multiple times, you're not doing anything wrong.
So essentially, he was losing business because of something someone else did. The problem wasn't him, and it kept getting worse over time. So, of course, being Brett, in the way Brett is, he got fed up with this. And he realized that using a third-party big name autoresponder was not a good way to run a business, being that you have no control. The actions of someone else can jeopardize your business. So, of course, Brett, being a software developer, he went out there and he started working on his own email software. And he actually tested this one for 6 months on his own business. And it worked so well that he actually deleted his Aweber email list. So he deleted essentially what was his business and began using the system for his entire business. So he replaced the third-party autoresponders. And we couldn't ethically keep this as a secret anymore, so we let our customers go through this and let our customers go through the same problems that we've been through. So what we did was we decided to release the Mailit WordPress plugin to the world. And we actually released this back in 2016. But after 2 more years of testing, we wanted to build an even more powerful system, something that would make the previous system just something light years ahead of it. Do you guys want to actually see this and take a look inside? Put a 1 in the chat box if you want to take a look inside and actually see this. Let me see him come in. We've got, oh wow. Heck yeah. Some people are saying here, yes, show me the money. Put those ones in there. I want to see them. Someone said this is mind-blowing. That's awesome. Awesome. Cool. Okay. So, Mr. Rutecki, are you ready to bring us in?
Yes, I'm ready.
He is ready. Let's see here. I'm going to send it over to you.
All righty, can everybody see my screen and hear me well? Let me know, because I do have a tendency to sometimes forget to turn my screen share on. You should be able to see the MyMailit cloud-based software, if you can see it. And if you can hear me, let me know. Okay, I can see the yeses coming in. All righty, great. So this is the MyMailit cloud-based software. Now, Mike mentioned before, originally I created a WordPress plugin, and I used that exclusively to send all my marketing emails for just about 2 years. However, when I created the WordPress plugin, there were some restrictions. It couldn't do some things that you would expect in an autoresponder. Quite frankly, the Mailit plugin was little more than a mass emailer. It allowed you to send out mass emails, and it allowed you to send out like one follow-up email, but it didn't have things that you would expect like scheduling and follow-up sequences, things that you would expect in an autoresponder. And again, that is because I was limited by the ability of WordPress. I was building something for WordPress, and WordPress constricted the things that I can add. So after using the plugin for 2 years, I actually wanted a better version for myself as well, because I wanted to schedule emails, and I wanted to start using sequencing in my business, and I wanted to have double opt-ins on some of my lists, and I wanted to have things that just weren't practical inside the plugin. And that's actually where the name of the cloud-based system came from. It was called MyMailit. I registered the domain MyMailit to build a system for myself, because that's what it was going to be. It was going to be my Mailit. It was going to be my version. And then after I was building it, I started testing it. I thought to myself, it's kind of rude of me to build a better version and not let other people have the opportunity to get it. So this is what we ended up coming up with. I've actually used this in my own business now exclusively for about 5 months. We've had 450 people beta test it. We've sent 1.8 million emails from this platform as well. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. You can see the stats that I just did. And to begin with, I'll show you some of the recent emails that I've sent. So you can see the kind of deliverability you can get with this type of system. All right. Now I'm only going to show you marketing emails. I'll show you actual marketing emails, not emails of me promoting my own products and stuff. I'll show you emails that I used for affiliate marketing and to make money promoting other people's products, because I think that's the most fair thing to show. All right, so this is one that I recently did. This was a product for Bill Hugo. I was actually promoting his private coaching for him. I'll go ahead and click on view stats. And you can see this is actually one of the lower results. This is a 19% open rate. And what's amazing is, though, 19% is like double what most people get.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Brett, but 19% open rates, especially in the internet marketing niche, are unheard of. Like, if this is just so high compared to what everyone else gets, I think there's going to be a lot of jealous people on the call. Sorry to interrupt, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's great. And that's what I love about it. It's like when I can say that a result that's double what people normally get is one of the lower ones, it's pretty good. It makes me kind of proud. So I wanted to point that out a little bit. So a little ego stroke there. But yeah, that's because the MyMailit system is self-contained. People aren't getting hurt when they're sending, when a spammer comes in. It's a self-contained platform. Also, MyMailit, and I'll show you in a minute, MyMailit sends out perfect emails that are formatted exactly correctly. So this is one result here. This is for Bill Hugo, where I was promoting his coaching. I got a 19% open rate, 2,224 opens from a list of 11,475. Let me go ahead and go back.
So just really quick, someone was asking what is an open rate. Just that means that from the people that he sent the emails to, that's the percentage of the emails, the people that open. So if he sent out 100 emails and he had a 20% open rate, that would mean that 20 people out of that 100 opened his email. So that's a really good open rate.
Yes, and that's a very important for anybody that's just getting new to email marketing. It's a very important measure, because obviously emails are only going to benefit you if people actually open them and read them. So the larger the percentage of people that open your emails, the more money you're going to make from your email marketing. This is why a 1% or 2%, or in my case, double the average open rate is going to be such an important thing. The better your open rate, the more money you're going to make, period, because people that don't read your emails can't make you money. You might as well not have even sent it. So here's another one for an affiliate promotion. You can see I got a 20% open rate. I sent out 11,580 emails. I got 2,313 to click, or to open, I'm sorry. Show you one more, and then I'll move in and show you how the system works.
And just so you know, Martin, sorry to interrupt you again, Brett. I just want to make sure everyone's clear on this. Martin was asking, is this a WordPress plugin? No, guys, this right here, if you look at the browser bar at the top there, this is a cloud-based system. So I know we mentioned WordPress plugin before. I want to make sure that everyone's super clear about that. The original Mailit was a WordPress plugin. This is MyMailit. And the difference is, well, one of the big differences, Brett's going to show you some of them as well here, but the big difference that it's right off is that this is a cloud-based system that doesn't require you to have a WordPress website. It's right on our servers here for you, and he's going to show you in a minute how it all works, but I just want to make sure you guys know it's not a WordPress plugin, it's a cloud-based system.
Now, this is actually what's called a resend, which means I mailed it to people that didn't open my original email. And you can see I still got above the industry standard. I still got a 14% open rate on a resend on people that normally don't open my emails. I got above the average even on that.
You're just
So let me go
showing
ahead and show
off
you the
now,
system.
Brett. You're just showing off.
I am a little bit, I guess. I'll stop. I'll stop doing that. Let me go over here and I'll show you from the very beginning how the system works. So the first thing you need to do, obviously, is create a list. And you can see my lists right here. You can actually see my review list with 11,599 subscribers. That is my entire business right there. These subscribers represent my entire business, and my entire business is in the hands of this software. All of my marketing emails get sent with this software. So if the software didn't work, I would have been out of business. So I had a lot of motivation to make this a great working software. Now, when you create your list, there are a couple of options here. You, of course, enter in your list name. You can have a message to your subscribers, an unsubscribe message. You can choose double opt-in. This is something that didn't exist in the original plugin because I never really used double opt-in. But then I started getting messages from some customers, and they had informed me that some countries require double opt-in. So I added double opt-in functionality, so you can have your lists be double opt-in or single opt-in at your choice. Once you go ahead and create your list, you can go ahead and upload your subscribers. Uploading your subscribers is very easy. You can go ahead and add a subscriber one at a time, or you can upload a list of subscribers if you already have a list. After you get your subscribers in, you're going to want to start sending emails. Sending emails, again, is very easy. I try to build the system as intuitive and simple to use as possible. You go ahead and click on new message. You select the date that you want the email to go out. You select the time that you want the email to go out. You select the list you want to send to, enter in your subject, enter in your actual email using the WYSIWYG editor. If you like, you can go ahead and send a test email to yourself. That's actually something I always do after I create my email. I send a test to myself so I can make sure my links are right, or I didn't screw up something, or didn't have a weird typo and make myself look silly. Once everything is done, you simply click on save message, and then that's it. Your email is set just like you would expect in any type of autoresponder. Another thing that I wanted to add here is that something that wasn't inside of the original plugin version was sequencing. And anybody who doesn't know what sequencing is where you have people join your list and then they automatically get preset emails at predetermined dates. And this is a great thing for marketing, something I didn't use several years ago, but it's something I use now. I've actually realized how powerful it is now that I've integrated it in my own platform. What's great about it is you don't have to do anything. You set up the sequence, and then the software will automatically send out all your marketing emails. So let me go ahead and show you one of the sequences that I actually use for my business. So this is my InstaFunnel follow-up sequence. I'll go ahead and click to see the emails in it. And you can see when people sign up for this list, they get a free gift. I actually give them a free training on this. They then get a predetermined set of emails at these specific days. So 2 days after they sign up, they get this email. 5 days, they get this email. 8 days, they get this email, all the way up to 20 days. This is a 20-day sequence. And this way, the system will send them their marketing emails without me needing to do anything, and I can make money on autopilot. This is about as automatic as you can get. It's automated email marketing.
And Brett, just interrupt you quick again. Sorry, I just want to point out those open rates are amazing there. Look, 125 sent, 108 opens, 123 sent, 88 opens. People are getting these emails and opening them. I mean, that's really, really important.
Yeah, and of course it does go down a little bit. To be honest, as the sequence goes on, it goes down a little bit. That's going to happen with anything. People get my marketing emails, and eventually some people say, okay, well, thanks for the free gift, Brett, but I don't really want your marketing emails anymore. So the number of sent is naturally going to go down. But what's great is if you look, you can see the ratio of send to open is staying about the same, meaning even though people are choosing not to be on my list anymore and be on my sequence anymore, the ones that are choosing are still getting the opens and still getting the emails. And that's very important because what's the sense in sending it to if it's not getting in their inbox? If it's going to spam or getting filtered out, you might as well not even be sending it. This is very important if you want to do email marketing, is that you get inboxed and that people open your emails. Now, of course, if you want to get people on a sequence, you have to be able to build like a form. You have to build some way of people to actually opt into your list. And one of the things that I always hated, I don't want to pick on any existing platforms, but one of the things that I always hated about existing platforms, frankly, is that their form builders are horrible. If you ever go to some of these platforms and you go to build like an opt-in form, it looks like these opt-in forms are from like 1999. They're like very generic looking, very plain looking with flat buttons, and they're hard to edit. And they give you this huge long list of HTML code that you got to add to your website. It's all confusing and stuff. And this is a big thing too, because if you're trying to get people to opt into your list, you had better look professional. If you don't look good, if your opt-in form doesn't look good, you don't look good. And if you don't look good, people aren't going to opt in. The analogy I like to use is when you go to a job interview, you don't show up in an old t-shirt and ripped jeans, because no matter how qualified you are, as soon as you walk in the door, the interviewer is going to think bad of you. And it's the same thing when you have a squeeze page or any type of lead magnet. If your opt-in form doesn't look good, people, as soon as they see it, have already made a judgment of you. They say, this guy is not professional. It makes it less likely for them to opt in. Less likely for them to opt in means less emails, means less money. So I built a form builder that is actually professional, that is actually going to make people look good. So let me go ahead and show you that right now. If you go in here, you can click on form builder. I'll just edit one of my existing forms here. So this is a fully drag and drop form builder. That's the first thing I wanted to do, because I noticed that some of these form builders and these sequences, like, they haven't updated them in the last 10 years. You have to like tweak all these like weird settings and stuff. I wanted it to be quite simple and easy. I made it fully drag and drop, so you can very easily move things around, resize them, change the way they are. You can very easily add text, images. You can add videos to your opt-in forms if you want to. You have full control. Now, after I built this, I was like, okay, well, that's great, but I'm not a designer, so I still can't make a nice looking form. That kind of sucks. So what I did was I have a graphics designer that works for me. He actually builds the interfaces for my software, because I'm a coder, not a designer. I said, hey, Josh, can you build me some really nice forms as templates for people to get started, so they can just edit the templates with the drag and drop interface? So that's what I did. I had him build these templates. So now we have a ton of professionally designed templates, so that way you can build beautiful opt-in forms that are going to get you actual opt-ins and make you look like a professional very quickly and very easily. Beyond the opt-ins, you need to have stat tracking, you need to have reporting, you need to know if your emails are being effective and if your campaigns are being effective. So of course I added in full tracking and full statistics. Actually go here, we can go to list reports and select the list that you want to see the tracking for.
This is actually pretty fast too. I remember when you first implemented this, Brett, it was a little bit slower, but you made it really, really fast now.
Yes, I did. I spent a lot of time making it fast. I mean, it does search. We're at the point, like I said, we have 1.8 million emails sent. So going through the tracking, it does take the system a few minutes, but it was actually like 7 minutes. I was like, well, heck no, I can't make people sit here for 7 minutes waiting to see their tracking. So I've integrated it, and I've tweaked it and improved it, and it's a few seconds now. And this is, again, is because I have a list of in the tens of thousands. So it's, for shorter lists, it's actually faster. So the stat tracking will show you all of the opens and all of the clicks that you get, and you can actually see very easily here. I don't have to show you all my emails. I can just show you. You can see I'm consistently getting good clicks and good opens. It will show you the new subscribers that you get, and it will show you the unsubscribes. This way you can go ahead and you can monitor all your email campaigns and make sure that you're doing your email as effective as possible.
I want to interject really quick here, and I just want to, while you have that screen up, Brett, I just want to point out something that I think is really important with this as compared to other. You guys might have seen some other similar platforms come out where people are releasing mail like softwares and whatnot, and there are other ones on the market, but I have like not seen one that's actually like used by the creator and created for the creator. Like this is, you kind of created this out of selfish reasons. You created it for yourself. But like I just want you guys to make sure you notice, like Brett created it for himself, for his own business, and even if he didn't sell this to you guys, he would still be using this. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if anyone, even if no one bought this, he would still be using this platform.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I built this, I really couldn't lose, because I was like, if nobody wants it, well, I need it. So I'm going to build it. I want good open rates. I want good deliverability. That's one of the beauties of the thing that I build, I think, in my business and puts me in a unique situation. Again, not to sound egotistical, but I think it does put me in a unique situation. The fact that I am a software developer and an internet marketer. So when I see something, I say, oh, I need this in my business, or I want to improve this, or I like this tool, but I wish it did this, or I want it to be better. I actually have the ability to just go build it myself. And that's generally what I do. That's where my product ideas come from. I look at what I need in my business, and then I build it. And then I say, wow, if I needed it, maybe some other guys would like to have it too. And then I sell it. And that's exactly what happened with MyMailit. I wanted a better version myself, and I built it. And then I thought, oh, some other people would probably like it also. So let me go ahead and show you another thing that I added here for the tracking. This is what I call list checkup. And I actually added this because one of the things that I wanted to know was how my statistics are compared to other people. So for example, if I see that I'm getting a 10 or 12 or 15% open rate, is that good? I don't know, because I have no metric to compare to. So what I did was I added list checkup. So list checkup will actually check through your list. Now this does take a few seconds. It will check through your entire list, and it will show you how your list compares to other people in the network. Now it's all private. It's all anonymous data, so it's not going to show on your data, but it's going to show how you compare to other people that choose to have their list checked up as well. So for example, you can see here, this is my main list. This is my review list. This is where I send all my marketing emails to. Shows my total subscribers, my live subscribers, pending subscribers would be people that needed to double opt-in yet. I have none of those. Dead subscribers are people who have opted out. It shows my subscriber activity, which is the number of active subscribers, these people that are actually opening some of my emails. Engaged subscribers are people that are actually clicking my emails. Uninterested are people that have never opened my emails and obviously have never clicked the links in them because they haven't opened them. And then it will show me a list health score. It calculates this list health score and saves this to the database, and then lets you compare your list health score to everybody else's. So you can see, I can tell that the average score is 43 in the database from the beta users. Mine is 67, so that means I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good with my marketing. I'm doing things the right way. If the average was 43 and I saw mine was 20, I'd be like, well, maybe I want to change things. So this way you can actually measure your results anonymously against other people's results and use that information to improve your marketing. I wanted it to be like everybody can help everybody out a little bit. Is there any questions about the platform so far?
Got a bunch of questions. I'm going to leave some of these to the end because we've got a bunch coming in, and we're going to have a frequently asked questions at the end here, guys, as well. Brett, can you show there's a change happening, and you guys might be familiar with this. There's going to be an email marketing change. It's called GDPR, where in Europe and the UK, and if there's any subscribers here from these countries, you guys might have heard of this. And I know there's people from other parts of the world too that are aware as well. It's a pretty big news. There's the changes that are coming in that make it so that when people opt in, that if you want to be GDPR compliant, you need to have little check boxes and you need to have a privacy policy. And for people that want to be compliant with that, I know some people will and some people won't. I know that you put in something special.
Yeah, this was actually something one of the beta testers had asked for. They had said, hey, Brad, are you aware of this? Are you aware of this GDPR requirement? And I'm like, no, I'm not, but please, because this is a European requirement. I was like, but please send me the information. So they send me the information. So I added this GDPR compliant form builder. And then again, that is one of the benefits of using a platform that the developer actually uses in his business. It was very easy for me to go ahead and update it and add in a new feature. And I was also motivated to do it as well. So GDPR compliant forms, it's a different type of form builder. It is not a drag and drop form builder, but it is because European countries are going to be requiring these type of check boxes for people that opt in. So using the GDPR compliant form builder, you can build a form that complies to those new privacy policies in the European Union.
Cool. I think that like a lot of people, again, being from the U.S., I was kind of like Brett was. I was a little confused about it. I was like, okay, like I don't really know about this, but there's people, and there's already people writing here that they're writing amazing here. Well done, guys! Already saying I like the GDPR thing. So there's a lot of people that wanted this. So really happy that you added that in here. As far as setting this all up, how this like setting this up for the first time goes, I know that for some people, they might be going, oh, how am I going to set this up? How am I going to do it? Talk a little bit about the tutorials and stuff and how they can set it up.
Okay, so I said before, and we said in the beginning, that one of the problems that I had when I was using Aweber was that it's a multi-user system. And being a multi-user system, and they have their IP addresses. When a spammer comes in, it hurts everybody, and my deliverability was going down, my bounces were going up. MyMailit is a cloud-based platform, and it is a multi-user system, but it doesn't mail multi-user. It mails self-contained. That's one of the reasons I get such good open rates. So if I actually go over here to the settings, I'll show you here. You can see MyMailit actually links to my own hosting. So the way MyMailit works is it sends through my own hosting. These autoresponder companies have everybody convinced that you need to use them in order to send email. Like they're the only way you can send emails. And that is 100% not true. Every single person that has a website has the ability to send email. It comes with hosting packages. But the thing is, they kind of like give you the ability, but they don't give you any way of actually doing it. So it's like having a body without a brain. They give you the ability to do something, but you don't have the brain. And what happens is MyMailit is the brain. So what it does is it links up to your hosting and it allows you to send emails from your own hosting. It gives you the brains and the control. So you can see right here, it actually links up to my own hosting and sends through my own hosting. Because of this, I am self-contained. Nobody, if 100 people came on here and 100 people were spamming emails, they would only hurt themselves. They would only hurt their own reputation. They would never affect me or my deliverability. That's why I get those good open rates, because nobody can hurt me except for myself. If I become a spammer, then all of a sudden I'm going to have big problems. But I'm not a spammer. And since I'm not a spammer, I have a good reputation and I get good deliverability. Now, if you don't have hosting, you can send through. We actually have beta testers that are sending through things like MailGrid. I have a guy that's using Amazon. There's a couple of other relays that people are using. And if you're just getting started and don't have a very large list, you can actually send through your Gmail account as well, which is 100% free to do. It's a service that Google provides. The preferable way, though, is probably going to be to use your own hosting, if possible. I'll be honest about that. So one of the things that you hear all the time, though, is, oh, you can't send from your own hosting, because if you do, you're going to get marked as a spammer. So what I want to do here is I want to dispel that myth right now, because it's one of those like urban myths that people say just because other people say it. And the negative thing about that is people start believing it because everybody's saying it, but nobody ever actually tested it. They just keep saying it over and over again, and it's not true. So let me go over here to SenderScore. SenderScore is a website that monitors domain's reputation. So it's their entire business. Their entire business is to monitor the reputation of websites as in regards to email marketing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and type in BrettRatecki.com. That's my domain. I've been mailing from BrettRatecki.com for over 2 years now, almost 3 actually. I'll go ahead and click on View Report. It's going to ask me for a taxi. Settle with taxis. Who hates captchas? Raise your hand.
I hate them. They're the worst.
All right, so here's my domain, BrettRatecki.com. You can see I'm a high volume sender. Of course I'm a high volume sender. I'm an email marketer. They are well aware of the fact that I am a high volume sender. A perfect sender score is 100. My sender score is 99. And I'll be quite honest, nobody ever gets 100. These are one of those companies that like feel like nothing's ever perfect, so nobody gets 100. So that's about as good as it gets. After over 2 years, almost 3 years of sending through my own domain, my reputation is 99 out of 100. So that whole myth of saying like, oh, you know what, if you mail from your own hosting, you're going to get marked as a spammer. No, you're going to get marked as a spammer if you're a spammer. If you're a good marketer, like I am, and like all of you guys are, you're going to have no problems. As a matter of fact, you're going to get better deliverability because nobody else can hurt you. Nobody else can ruin your reputation for you like they can on a multi-user platform.
One of the things
that helps deliver.
Sorry, Brad. I wanted to say really quick here. One of the things that you can also do with it, and I was actually testing this out the other day, is you can, even if you've got a small list, and a lot of people have like 0 subscribers on the call, if you have a really small list, you can set it up with Gmail, and you can actually send out and not have to even worry about having hosting or anything, and send it out 100% free with Gmail. I think that's really cool for anyone that's just getting started that might not have any kind of a budget.
Yeah, that's what I say. You can use Gmail as well if you're just
Yeah.
getting started as well. Google provides that service. You can link with Gmail. We've had people linked up with Gmail to beta testers. One of the beauties of having so many beta testers test for several months before we went public is, first of all, I know that the system actually works flawlessly. And second of all, I got to see some of the things that people were using it with. I had people sending with Gmail. I had people sending with things like SendGrid. I personally like sending from my own hosting. And everybody, if you have a website, you've already got this ability. You don't have to pay extra for it. If you have any type of shared HostGator package, all the way up to a dedicated server, whatever you have this ability. It comes with it. It's just that when you buy a hosting package, they don't give you the actual control. They don't give you the brain. They just say you have the ability, and nobody ever uses it. But you do have other options as well, like Gmail, like Mike said. Another thing that helps with my deliverability is the fact that MyMailit sends out emails in the perfect format. So there's actually another website called mailtester.com that tests the formatting of your emails, that makes sure it's written in compliant, the headers are compliant, that it's not spammy, that everything is set up the way it's supposed to be in order to get inboxed. So you can see an email that I actually sent right here called Brett Rutecki, take an insider look. I sent that on 4/4. If I actually go over here to Mail Tester, you can see here's the subject of the email that I tested. And I did test it before at the beginning of this presentation because it does take several minutes for them to test. It's like 4 or 5 minutes from the test. And I want you to sit here for 4 or 5 minutes while I was doing it. But you can see here's the subject, Brett Rutecki, take an insider look, that I just tested. It has a perfect send score. It is a 10 out of 10. That's because MyMailit formats emails in the perfect way. One of the things that I spent the most time on when building this platform was reading all the specs, reading all the documents, going through all that nerd speak, which even though I'm a nerd, honestly wasn't very fun, to make sure that I'm sending emails in the perfect format. So that way they get inboxed every single time. So you can actually see I've done multiple tests as well. Here's a previous test that I did a day ago, which was 10 out of 10. Here's one that I did 5 days ago, which is 10 out of 10. MyMailit always sends perfect emails every time. And that helps my inboxing as well. Any questions that people have?
Tons of questions coming in, and I'm gonna try
Great.
to get to these. A lot of great questions here. Hopefully, we've answered a lot of them. Let's see here if I can get to a couple of them here. Uh, so someone's asking if the customers that opt in, will they be stored inside of the software? So how are the subscribers stored, and are there any limits on that?
Well, yes, they have to be stored inside of the system because we can't send emails for you if we don't have your subscribers. So they do have to be stored inside of the system. Just that's no different than if you used Aweber or MailChimp or GetResponse or anything. They obviously have to store your subscribers. As far as limits go, there are no limits. I don't limit the number. One of the things that I hate, I don't want to pick on Aweber, but one of the things I hated about Aweber was like when people unsubscribe from your list, they kept them in there so that way your total subscriber count would be higher and they can bill you more. Anybody use Aweber and have that problem? You know, like people unsubscribe, but they kept them in, and then they would bill you on a higher tier because your unsubscribes are in their system, and that's so crazy. I really hated that. I don't do any of that stuff. There's no limits on the number of subscribers you have. There's no limits on the number of lists that you can build. There's no limits on the number of sequences you can create. There's no limits on the number of emails you can have in each sequence. There are no limits at all because I use this anyway. Like we had said earlier, I was going to build this no matter what.
Cool. Brett, if you want, why don't you come back to me? We're getting close to the end here, guys. I know a lot of you are really excited and just asking for the link here for this. So if you want to send it back over, I want to show you guys a few more things before we get done with this. And Brett's sending it
There you
back
go, Mike.
to
You
me.
should have it.
Thank you. Let me just fire this up here. Cool, guys. So using MyMailit exclusively, Brett has already generated over $59,000 in affiliate commissions alone, and every single one of these was from using MyMailit. And we've actually used a number there that is actually low. I know that Brett's made more money than that using the software, but we wanted to have it be just like, if we wanted to err, we want it to err on the lower side here. It's just the way that we are. And I mean, that's money made using this exact software. Finally, you have an email platform that will put your profits first. It's the first ever autoresponder that we know of that was built and used by a 7-figure digital marketer. You can use it to drastically increase your delivery, open, and click rates with a platform that gives you 100% control. You have unlimited everything. You can send unlimited emails, and you can have unlimited leads for a 0 monthly cost. This is a one-time fee. Again, here's results using MyMailit. You can see the open rates here, 21%, 18%. You can even see these ones here, 23%. I mean, these are just amazing, unheard of click rates and the best delivery rates that we've ever seen. It consistently drove results 200 to 300% better than any service. We've sent over, this screenshot right here is actually a screenshot from our sales page. It's over 1 million emails sent. That number is approaching 2 million now. I think it's at 1,800,000 something. Brett probably knows because I know he looks at it all the time. It's almost getting up to 2 million emails actually sent. So we've been testing this for you so that you can be 100% certain and just feel safe being able to use a system that's not only used by the creator, but also it's been tested. Here we go. This is the cloud-based full-featured autoresponder for results-driven digital entrepreneurs. You can get higher delivery rates, enjoy open rates, more clicks, and increase profits, and send unlimited emails to unlimited subscribers. Again, with no monthly fees with this. Now, this is a whole list of features that we have here, and if we were going to go over all of these features, we would be here until next Tuesday. But I just want to make sure that you guys can see some of these, anything that you're looking for. I mean, we tried to add in pretty much everything that we could here. We've got the tutorials, of course, you're going to have tutorials. But we have tutorials on everything from people with big lists, for people with small lists, how to set up everything, how to make sure that you're able to hit the ground running fast. We've made sure that you are able to put in unlimited and unrestricted list imports. No one's going to tell you who you can import and who you can't into your email list. You can automatically filter out invalid emails. It's CAN, spam, SPF, and DKIM compliant, whatever the heck that means. I know Brett understands it a lot more than I do, but
those are the things
go
that
ahead.
get that perfect score, Mike.
What's that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You don't need to know what those things mean. All you need to know is that's the reason for that perfect 10 out of 10 score.
Exactly. And again, you don't need to understand them. You just need to use them. Send formatted HTML emails. It's one-click list cleaning, direct integration with other popular systems, built-in send throttling. This is really important so that you can use different services. Different services have different rules, so you can make sure that you are compliant with them. It's compliant. You can send emails from your own site, your own server, or with SMTP relays such as Amazon, SES, or SendGrid. Create unlimited lists, one-click unsubscribed, so you're not going to get a bunch of spam complaints, opt-in form builder, auto-response messages. Oh, it's a mouthful, and tracking all of your numbers in there. So you're going to have all the power of a full-featured autoresponder without ever exposing your business to the risk of lower email delivery due to spammers on third-party systems. Remember, it doesn't matter if another MyMailit customer is in the system and spamming, you don't get affected by it because you are using other SMT platforms. You're not going to be in there getting your IP messed up by someone else in the system. You also aren't going to risk account suspension due to the content of your emails. There's going to be no monthly fees with this, no lead import restrictions, no limits on that. You don't have any limits on how many emails you send. You can send 1 email or 10 million emails. It's up to you. We actually want you to send emails with this because we want you to have more success with this. You can come back to us with your testimonials and just show us how great you're doing. Now, really quick, this is MyMailit compared to the competition. If you look at them, popular ones like Aweber and GetResponse, you can start off low by like the $19 a month, $15 a month, just lower costs here for lower lists. But as you build up your list, you have to pay more for it, and you get stuck in those monthly fees. With MyMailit, it doesn't matter, again, if you have 0 emails or 1 billion emails. If you get a billion email lists, you're going to tell me how you did it. But it doesn't matter how many you have, we're not going to limit your success. So now, you can go out there and you can fire your third-party autoresponder and get proven results and better delivery and save between 180 and 1788 per year every single year. Now I know that's a big mouthful here, and before we release this, we're going to give away one free copy of MyMailit, just like we said we would do at the beginning. So what I want you to do is I'm going to have you put your answer in the checkbox, or in the chat box here. And the first person to answer correctly will win a free copy. So, drum roll. That doesn't really sound like a drum roll. I can't do a drum roll. So let's do this. The question: what was the name of the software, the automatic system that went in and had caused Brett to have problems with MailChimp? They deleted his account. What was the name of that? Some weird name. It sounds like a creature. Sounds like a creature. The name of the weird. Oh, cool. They're coming in. Also, we have a winner. Congratulations, Tom. If you can go ahead and put in your email, I'm going to send that over to you. And the answer is omnivore. Someone had carnivore in there. The answer is omnivore. What a weird name. So, Brett, I'm going to actually grab that and send that over to you. Go ahead.
I love that name because like the platform is supposed to like filter out, like that automated software is supposed to like get rid of the bad users. But when I sent them the message asking for an explanation that they never answered, I even said to them, because I'm a little bit of a cynic, I said, you got the perfect name for your software, omnivore. It eats everything, even the good guys.
It eats everyone. Brett, are we, I know that you have to go and click some things and stuff. How close are we to be able to send them off?
We're good, Mike.
We're good? Everything live?
Yep, we're good. We should be all set.
Okay, so Brett, if you can release the hounds, go ahead. Brett's going to go ahead and put that link in the chat box here, and you guys should see in there. Go ahead and click that link to get your copy of MyMailit right now. I want to make sure, is everyone actually able to get in? That would make sure people aren't having any problems here. If you guys have picked it up, if you can just say, I got it in the chat box here, so I just know that you've got it. Connie says she's got it. Congratulations, Connie. John says he got it. Jim says he's got it. Anthony says, I got it. Jeff says, I got it. Patrick says, getting it. Hazel says, got it. Glenn says, got it. Garrett says, got it. Y says, got it. Joyce got it. Well, guys, everyone's getting this. Ray's got it. Jonathan's got it. Chris got it. Lowell, Greg, let's see here. Scott, John, Joseph, another John, Andrew's got it. John's, wow, guys, this is crazy. Fabian's picking it up. David says getting it. Ernest says getting it. Wow, this is crazy. Richard's got it. Brett, I think you've created something that people really, really want. Trevor's got it. Mason's got it. Great value says dairy. Nizam says got it. James says getting it now. Michael getting it. John got it. Reese got it. Stephen getting it. Let me just go ahead. We've got a ton of people getting it. I'm pretty sure the link works. Let's see here. I'm going to double check it as well over here. Are there any restrictions on what lists and subscribers you can upload? Nope. You can choose your lists and subscribers to upload. It's all up to you. How many subscribers can you have? You can have as many as you want. Unlike the other guys, you'll never face additional charges for growing your list. What about monthly fees? We don't charge you any monthly fees. There are none associated with MyMailit. You pay one time and you get access today, tomorrow, and the long term. Remember, we're actually using this in our own businesses. You are welcome to use it as well for a one-time fee. And just think about what you'll do with the hundreds of thousands that hundreds, 2,000, not hundreds of thousands. That would be really expensive autoresponder. Hundreds of thousands you'll save each year. I'm going to go over and check out the questions here. We got it. And if I haven't answered your question, I'm not ignoring you. So just so you know, I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm going to try to get to them We have a lot of people, hundreds of people on this call right now. So I'm going to try to do what I can and do my best to help you guys with your questions here. Okay. So Chris says, I saw something about a list cleaner. Do you have one built in or does it link to an outside service? Chris, it's included. It's built in. You don't have to link it to an outside service. Lowell asks here. Actually, Lowell, I'm going to go with that in a minute. I tried to upgrade. If you have any issues with anything, going like if you're purchasing and whatnot, and you have some issues with anything throughout that, go ahead and put in a ticket here. Jim, congrats. Let's see here. You guys are asking questions much faster than I'm able to handle them here. Paul, you put in a support ticket, and we can help you with that. Brian says, "Can we hey Brian, can we export our list?" Yes, you can download your list from the system. If you want to move it somewhere else in the future, you can. We don't hold you into our system. Is there training tutorials on setting this up? Of course, we have tons of training tutorials on how to set this up. Of course, I'm gonna, guys, 1 second. I'm just gonna check out here, make sure we're doing okay. Second. Let's see. Jim says the tutorials are perfect. Thank you so much, Jim. We appreciate that. How many? Okay, let's see. Awesome. Can you sync your lists? So you can take your lists. I mean, you'd want to take them from the system, John, and you'd want to put them into one file and then upload them up to another list. So you can grab them, you can download them, and then you have to do that kind of. You can do it, but you have to do it manually. Awesome, Ovi. Congrats, Ovi got in. Richard says, what about mailing people for the first time, then asking if they want to subscribe? Is that okay? Richard, that's not okay. You don't want to just like steal a list of emails and scrape them and then ask people if it's okay to email them. I'm sure Brett would come up with some kind of metaphor or analogy for that, but you need to get people's permission first before you email.
No analogy needed for that one. That's illegal.
I think we always have like the dating analogies. It would be like finding a girl's phone number on, I was gonna say like on a bathroom wall, and then calling her, then asking her if it's okay to call her. Like I don't know. That might be.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. Yeah, that's a great analogy. I call a girl randomly from the phone book and say, "Hey, I'd like to call you sometime. Is it okay?" She's gonna say, "You are a stalker."
Yeah, most people are not gonna like that. I'm sure you wouldn't like that. Is there list segmentation? I'm not, as far as you can have separate lists, Richard, with it. And there's a functionality, and this is pretty cool. When Brett was showing the sequencing before, there's a way that you can have it so that you have someone on like an autoresponder sequence, and when they get done with it, you can have them removed from one list and added to another list. So it's really like a really powerful feature in there. I'm really glad that Brett added in. Jim says, works great. Awesome, Jim. David says, can you cold email businesses with this? I don't know what the laws are on that, David. And it's in general, with cold emailing, you have to be really, really careful about that. I mean, this is for permission-based emails. You're going to get people mark you as spam, and then your delivery is going to go way down. Jay says cold emailing, not in Canada. So apparently it's illegal in Canada to cold email. Does the scheduler allow sending based upon their time zone? No, Rick, it's not it doesn't like have that feature at this time.
You set the time zone where you want your emails to go out to. So if if you're sending to local marketing and you want the emails to go out in your time zone, then you set your time zone in your settings. If you're sending to JV Zoo offers, which generally launch in Eastern time, you can set it to Eastern time in your settings. So you can set your time zone, but it's one time zone that you pick.
Let's see here. Sorry, guys, just trying to take care of some stuff here. Okay, wow. Should we keep Aweber or GetResponse? And so many software programs automatically subscribe people to their API list and then just move them over to MyMailit. It's. I mean, we have integrations with some softwares. It's up to you, Dennis, what you want to do with your business. If you want to keep other ones or not, if you want to have backups, if you want to, it's going to be up to you on how you want to go ahead with that. Any backup and or export of my Mailit subscriber list. Yes, you can back up your list. You can download it anytime and keep backups of it. We also keep backups of everything as well. But if you want to be 100% sure, and I mean, I even when people tell me they have backups of stuff, I always back them up too. So if you want to back them up, go for it. Yes, Michael. Michael's asking if they need to prime the IP for sending if they're using their own server. We actually have tutorials exactly how to get your IP ready for that, Michael. So Brett actually taught me how to do that for my IP so that I can send it for my own. And Chris says, is there a way to check for duplicate subscribers in various lists? Currently, I don't believe so, Chris, but you could always go in there and download your subscriber and do it manually and then re-upload them if you want to check for duplicate subscribers. If someone tries to subscribe, like you try to put someone on the same list, it's only going to allow you to have one person on that one list. So you're not going to have like 10 of the same people on the same list. Do you need to own an SMTP? And you don't need to own one. It depends upon your email size. If you've got a really small list, you can mail for free, connecting it with Gmail. If you've got a small to medium-sized list, you can connect up to your hosting. So if you've got like a HostGator or something, you can hook up to that. And if you've got a big list, then you should probably have like a dedicated server or something. If you've got like 10,000 people on it, you can hook up with a dedicated server as well.
For people that find that confusing, like that SMTP, like what is that? Do I need to buy that? Do I need to get that? I'm going to tell you, if you have a website, if you have any website, a blog, a website, a domain name, you've already got it. That's one of the things about MyMailit. When you use a third-party system, you're paying for something you already got. You have an SMTP. You don't need to know what it is. And again, it's not that I don't want to explain it. It's just that I don't want to make you guys listen to me speak tech babble for the next 20 minutes. All you need to know is that you have it with every single hosting package that you've ever bought. So if you have a hosting, if you have a website, you already got it. If you don't have a website, you can use something like Gmail or SendGrid or one of those, but you got it if you have a website.
Upgrades with this. So once you purchase the front end offer, you're going to see the first upgrade is the premium version. Now, again, this is an optional upgrade. Everything that we showed you on the call today, all that stuff that we showed you, that's included inside of this. So all those different features, those are all included. Now, if you want to have extra features and you want it to be even more powerful, pay attention, as there's some cool premium upgrades that you can pick up here. So there are 4 major things in the premium version. Again, this is an upgrade. You have to pick up the MyMailit front end offer on the sales page in order to upgrade to the premium version. So the first thing is the premium version allows you to send up to 30 times faster. On the front end version, there is a limit on the speed that you're able to send your emails out. The reason why we have that is because being a one-time offer, we have a lot of server resources that we need to pay for and be able to cover. So it's just not logical that we're able to send out and use that many resources for that low of a price. So we made it so that people that perhaps don't need to send faster, don't need to upgrade, but those of you that want to be faster, you can be. So this allows you to send your emails up to 30 times faster, beat your competition to the inbox every time. Also, it removes our branding. So in the front end offer of MyMailit, in each email that you send, there is a link at the bottom. And a lot of companies do this. There's a link at the bottom that links to MyMailit. So every time you send out an email, it has that in your signature. For most people, that's fine. But if you're a person that doesn't want to have that in your emails, you want to have nothing there, what you can do is if you upgrade to the premium version, you will no longer have that branding in your emails. So if you want to get rid of that branding, you can go ahead and pick up the premium version. The next one is the ability to send to unopens. So this allows you to be able to send out an email and easily mail out to people that don't open so that you can get even more clicks and opens from the same email. So it just makes it so that you are easily able to do it. I actually showed this to an affiliate earlier on today, and he was blown away, telling me that it was so much harder to do this on other platforms than it is with MyMailit. It just makes it super, super easy. Plus, on top of that, you're going to have the ability to have done for you list building, landing pages, lead magnets right inside of the software. And I'm actually really quick here. Let me just pull this up 1 second. I'm going to pull up my account here. I want to actually show this to you guys because I think it's definitely worth giving you guys a glimpse into. So here I'm going to log into my account here. And this is my MyMailit. Again, you can see I'm also using this as well. I've sent out 54 messages, had 78,000 opens and over 12,000 clicks with this software so far. I want to bring you over here, and if you upgrade to the premium version in the tools area, you're going to have the option to have done for you lead pages. Now what this means is I can go in here and I can set up a page. I'm going to call this webinar. And you have the option to pick, currently we have 3 lead magnets in here, Jacker, currently viewing, and slide capture. Now these are all softwares from Brett Ruchecki, and they are high quality softwares. So what you can do is you can pick a lead magnet, so something that you give people in exchange for their email, and you can also choose the list that you want to add them to. I'm just going to have them go to just me. Also, video code. You can either use the video that we have on the page, or you can put in your own video if you want to have your own face be on there. It's going to be up to you what you want to do with that, and then click on Create Page. Inside, you're going to have your own link. Now, this link right here is the link that you can spread around wherever you want. You can use this as a squeeze page, and I'm going to actually open this up for you. And when people come to this page right here, you're going to give away this software. And when people opt into your email list, you give them the software so they get something for free and you get their email address. So this is done for you. If you've been trying to build your email list and you were like, what the heck am I going to give away? I don't have anything of value. You now have something to give away. That's another feature that's also included inside of that premium version of MyMailit. So as you guys can see, it has a ton of features in there, and just it's a great upgrade. But again, you don't have to get this upgrade to use the software. Now there's more features, Daniel, in the cloud-based one. Yep, you can track opens and stats and everything in there. Yep, exactly, Chris. If you can, if you're able to access that, that means that you're a premium. Yep, all good. Brian, the video code, it would just be the a YouTube URL, the writing at the end of the YouTube URL. There should be some tutorials in there for you. You're welcome, Stuart. Christy says, "Oh my God, so excited for you guys." Thank you, Christy. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, well, we're going to wrap this up here. Thank you so much for attending the call today. Again, if you've got questions, go ahead and pick it up here. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys on the next webinar.